I wanted to discuss how correlated watches are with markets. In my opinion, the watches are a leading indicator of markets. The first luxury good to liquidate is usually watches, then cars. Real estate takes a while to transact, so if you need money quick, that's the beauty of watches. 24 hours, or even you go to your local pawn shop and get a quick 20 grand if you need it. So that's the beauty of watches, and you get to wear them and enjoy them at the same time. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's get started here. Welcome back, Watch Fam. Really appreciate all the love, the subscriptions, the likes, the shares. I really want to discuss the economy, the markets. Bitcoin ETF coming shortly caused a lot of action in the markets, a little pump. The pump is always out there. Remember that. The ETF is coming, and historically, once the gold ETF came out, well, you know where gold has gone as far as pricing in the past 20 years since it came out. So a lot of speculation on where Bitcoin is going and headed. And once that happens, most likely watches will also increase in value. So there really isn't a better time than now to buy a watch that you've been waiting for. We're close to the bottom of where the market has been in the past 3-4 years. A real strong retrace, about 50% on some of the most popular models. So yeah, hit us up. Let's get you that timepiece you've been waiting for. One of the things that I really wanted to discuss too is value plays, all right? Now, whether it's vintage, neo-vintage, modern pieces, for instance, we have here the two-tone GMT. This was released in 2023, this year, and this is a vintage two-tone GMT, both super dope models. This new release has the gray bezel on it. It's the first time Rolex has brought out a two-tone Jubilee since the 80s, mid-90s rather. And it's an homage, it's a throwback. It's class and elegance. I love them. So as far as value plays, this is a really cool piece to get if you can find one. Well, we have one here at On Demand Lux. So if you're interested in this, please hit us up. This is a full set and in really mint condition. One of the things you want to look at when considering a vintage piece is the condition of the band. It's called the stretch. So what you do is you hold the band up like this, and especially in Jubilee models, if there's a stretch and like if it's limp, then it's not a good piece. I would say this is a 10 out of 10 as far as the band goes in the stretch, which really holds the value. So keep that in mind. This even has a sticker on the back. Like you can tell this hasn't been polished. This is an incredible collector piece. So here are two different models as far as price points. This is in the $12,000 range. This is in the $19,500 range. This is a brand new model. Pros and cons, there are some. I wouldn't really take this on the boat, go swimming with it. You have to, it's a little more delicate. It's a 35-year-old watch, which is a collector piece. It's almost an antique, as opposed to the modern GMT, where this could be your one-piece collection. You can wear this every day to anything. Swim, rain or snow or sunshine, whatever. This can be your everyday piece. So those are things you got to take into consideration when looking to acquire your next piece. Value plays. The APs, 39mm APs that are about 10 to 15 years older are incredible buys right now. This is a 39mm blue chrono, and as opposed to the modern ones, you're getting this at like a $10,000 discount. You have the AP band, And that's really what you're paying for. The AP band is iconic. The way it shines on the light, this thing shimmers. It's beautiful. Every single angle hits the light in a different way. And that's the beauty of the design of AP. Gerald Genta is the legend that designed these pieces, this along with the Nautilus. It's all about the wrist presence. For instance, even the gold one that I have on here, it's a bracelet. It's jewelry mixed with engineering and technical design for watchmaking that creates these masterpieces. And that's why they're sought after. Again, going back to value plays, AP have retraced quite a bit. This was at the peak about a $95,000, $100,000 watch. They're running at a discount now. So if you like things at a discount, the time is now to acquire that piece you've been waiting for. And these are around the $80,000 price point, $75,000 as opposed to $100. It's attainable. Prices have come back to earth. So why wait any longer? Hit us up, DM us, and we'll get you that piece you've been waiting for. All right, so you're never gonna time the market correctly, okay? But you might as well get in now and enjoy these timepieces. If you have a higher budget or a down payment for a house, this is one of the most collectible, sought after watches, the John Mayer Green Dial Yellow Gold Daytona. These used to trade at $120,000, and here we are at On Demand Lux. You can get this right now for $75,000. This is discontinued. Like, they're not making any more of these, and if you're looking for an investment piece, this is the perfect investment piece for you. As well as the 5164R Patek Aquanaut. These have almost a 40% discount on where they used to be at. So how much lower can these really go? This was in the 130 range. These were in the 120 range. Now we're in the 80s, we're in the 70s. So if you like a 50% discount, hit us up and let's get you that grail you've been waiting for. So value plays is what we want to talk about. There's a few different models that we could talk about here. There's 38 millimeter, 39 millimeter, and 41 millimeter. It's hard to hold all these three at the same time, but different price ranges. But as far as value plays go, if you go back a few years, if it's 5, 10 years older, you can get basically the same watches, but for a better value. And if you've been concerned about the market going any further lower, then these are things you want to take into consideration. How much higher you're paying a premium for than the retail is a good thing to be conscious of. If a watch retails for, if it's, $25,000 and you're paying $50,000, how much lower is that going to be? How safe is the buy? So here at On Demand Lux, we want to make sure that your buys are safe, okay? Safe plays and wise plays. We consider all of these investments, and we want to protect your investment. So having said that, two-tones rarely have these high premiums. The value is there in the extra gold that's on the watch, as opposed to just a pure stainless steel watch that, because there's a waiting list of 5 years, you're paying double what retail is. So I really appreciate and enjoy these two-tone pieces, whether it's the two-tone Daytona, we got the two-tone GMT. The GMT is still fetching a premium because it came out this year, and it's got the new gray bezel. The two-tone Daytonas are the best, like the biggest sleepers of all of the Rolex collection. So in regards to an investment, this is a 2004 Daytona. It's two-tone, white dial. This is in the $15,000 range, as opposed to a full stainless steel one would be $20,000 or $22,000 for a pre-ceramic Daytona. The two tones don't have the ceramic dials, okay? Either do the full gold models, only the Oyster Flex Daytonas have the ceramic, and the full stainless have the ceramic bezels. Now, we also have in two-tone, again, value plays. That's what we want to make sure we're making in these markets, because, listen, are you catching a falling knife? Could the market go lower? Yes, it could go lower. But in my opinion, we're pretty close to where the bottom is, okay? After having a 50% pullback, like how much lower can it go? So the question to ask yourself is, can these things go under retail? Can these watches go under retail? Some already have. Now, value plays, that's where you want to go. You want to buy something that's as close as possible to the retail price point. Now, two-tone Submariners. I love these. These are great. We got 3 different models here. The value plays, okay, you got the Neo Vintage is what I like to call them. This is a 01 or 02 sub. You have a 40 millimeter, which is when they introduced the ceramic bezels. The 40 millimeter right now is the best play in all of the subs. You can barely tell the difference between the 40 millimeter and the 41 millimeter. This is the newest and latest Submariner, which was released, I think, about 2 years ago. There's barely any difference. You can't tell the difference if it's on your wrist, you're walking around, but yet one's an extra $3,000 or $4,000 as opposed to the 40 millimeter. One of the best parts of the Submariner, also, in case you didn't know, is the glide lock. The glide lock is my favorite part. You can adjust it throughout the day very easily just by pulling it out and sliding it up and down. Some of the Yachtmasters have this. The new Sky Dweller Oyster Flex has that. It's a great detail and function that the Submariners have. So again, as far as bang for the buck, which, you know, we could all use right now. It's two-tone subs. You got 3 different models, 3 different references, and the price ranges go from 12 to 15 to 17. Tell me below, which one would you rather have? A 41 millimeter, 40 millimeter, or the Neo Vintage pre-ceramic classic two-tone Daytona? Comment below. Best watch to buy under 10 grand right now is the Explorer 2 Black Dial. For some reason, people just don't like this watch. They don't buy it that often. The demand isn't there, but this is a GMT watch. It's basically the same thing as a Pepsi or a Batman or a Sprite. You just don't have the rotating bezel, but you have the GMT indicators, and it's a Rolex. This thing is, if you've been wanting a Rolex and you got a $10,000 budget, this is the perfect watch to buy. And there is no premium, it's under retail, so this is a safe play. Highly recommend that. We also have here at On Demand Lux, plenty of Datejusts. The smooth bezel Datejust, you can get this under 10 grand. This is $9,500, $9,000, and because it doesn't have the fluted bezel, you're getting a discount. Again, the Jubilee bracelet is a higher premium, so this has the oyster band and the smooth bezel. You're getting in this at around $900 to $9,500. So under 10K, these are the best 2 watches to buy right now. Look, under 20,000 in the $15,000 range, the two-tone bluesy, this is the way to go. Like, this is a classic. This one I forgot to mention is great too. The discontinued Datejust models, this has a diamond dial, fluted bezel, and this is like 12 grand, 11 grand. So incredible buy here. The GMT, the two-tone GMT, under 20 grand, this is the play. The new ceramic gray bezel, this is one of the hottest watches out right now. So snag one of these if you can. Now, going to step up, the demand for APs have gone down quite a bit. So their prices have had to adjust because of that. So here we have 3 different APs. This is a 38 millimeter, a 39 millimeter, and then the 41 millimeter. Not everyone can get away with wearing a 41 millimeter watch. I get it. So this 39 millimeter, anyone can wear this. And it's discontinued. It's maybe 10, 12 years older. So for $35,000 range, you tell me, is this a good play or not? Yes, it is. The gold, precious metals. Golds have retraced quite a bit. If you've been waiting and lusting over that rose gold AP, now's the time. You're getting a $20,000, $30,000 discount on some of these models. So hit us up, DM us, we'll get you the right watch. Appreciate you. Subscribe, share, like, peace.